Hi, my name is Candace Valenzuela. This is the Windshield survey assignment for Community Health and Nursing. I did a survey of Riverside, California. That's my hometown. It's in Southern California. It's a valley that's situated between two mountain ranges. It covers about 7,000 square miles. Its borders are San Bernardino County, Orange County, San Diego County, Imperial County, and a small part of Arizona State. I took a trip through the city and passed by hospitals, schools. We have two bodies of water that are near the city. One is a reservoir. The other is a recreational lake. They're both very small and both have dams to keep the water contained. We do have a river that runs through the city, although it is pretty small compared to most idea of what a river actually looks like. What I saw on my community drive were the people in the community. I took two drives. One was in the morning at 6:30 on July 16th, 2019. The second was at 4:30 p.m., same day, July 16th, 2019. The trip in the morning, I saw commuters on the road. There was some physical activity out on the streets, people riding their bikes, people walking their dogs, but mostly commuters on the road. There was significantly more people on street level in the afternoon drive, and an even number of people on the road during both time frames. Most people were commuting to and from work, and just a handful of people out for pleasure. Again, noted more people in the afternoon than the morning. The people that were out on the street were using either scooters, bikes, they were playing at the park or practicing sports. Some people were just sitting. Mostly the age ranges are school-age children. That's our highest population, but they do range from very young to very old, infants to grandparents. The most predominant ethnicity in my area is Hispanic, followed by Anglo. It's a close percentage, and what was witnessed most was the Hispanic culture. The general appearance of Riverside's population looked fairly healthy. There was some obesity noted and some people with possible mental illness that were out on the streets. But for the most part, you saw people that were well-dressed, well cared for, well kept, and not a lot of disheveled, possibly a small group that looked as if they were under the use of substances that was at the downtown park. They looked homeless by their appearance, but for the most part, the population that I saw looked fairly healthy. No tourists were noted on either of the drives, at least by observation. No pregnant women were noted, although there were a lot of moms with children, either walking with them, playing at the park, or pushing them in strollers. The general condition of the homes in our area it's about half and half. Half are well kept. You can tell that they do the lawn, they've been painted, none of them look run down. And then the other half, I would say, are in poor condition, even close to dilapidation. Most of the homes in our area are single-family homes. We don't have a lot of apartments or condos. I didn't note any public housing. I did pass by a homeless shelter. They do not allow overnight stay, though. It's simply day use. Transportation, most people have their own personal vehicle, or they utilize the driving services that are offered like Uber, Lyft. There's also a decent amount of people who ride the bus or use the public scooters or just walk. The bus stops that are available, it's about 50%, depending on what part of the area that you're in. Some are well covered, some are clean. Others, it's simply a stick next to the road with the sign at the top, indicating that that's the bus stop. I actually did see quite a bit of job opportunities, either new places that were opening, that were hiring. We have quite a bit of Amazon warehouses in our area. We passed by 2 of them on our route, and both had signs outside stating that they were hiring. Homeless people were noted that I believe are unemployed. By the looks of their appearance, their cleanliness, their upkeep. And then there were tents noted at the river bottom, which is the river that passes through town, has a lot of greenery that people set up camp down there to live. There wasn't anyone congregating on the streets, but we did have a group of men congregated at our downtown park that appeared homeless. They weren't really doing anything, maybe resting, talking to each other, possibly doing recreational drug usage. Nothing that was noted, though, from where I was at. About half of our area is still rural. We have a lot of industrial buildings, even some livestock farms, nurseries. We have a lot of citrus that covers the area. So we do still have a lot of that rural aspect to our area. Some seasonal workers or day laborers were noted. We have people who sell fruit on the corners, or people that were out in front of the hardware store waiting for work. No women were noted in the area. On the streets, sorry, needed to clarify that. No women were noted on the streets. There were several children out because school is out, so I think that plays a factor into it. Even though it was school hours, school is out, and the kids are with their parents, with their families. No political signs were noted this time of year. Typically, I have seen signs in the past on corners, but this time of year I did not note anything. There were a lot of billboards that were noted concerning health, more specifically hospitals in the area, stating, advertising their services. One that demoted the use of marijuana while driving, which I believe is applicable to our area, as marijuana usage is very high, as well as signs and radio advertisements and television advertisements for diabetic medications and dialysis. Those are 2 very common diagnoses in our area. The kinds of schools that were noted were both public and private. We have several public schools, elementary schools, and a high school was driven past, as well as private grade schools and private colleges. We have a university that was passed as well. Several licensed daycares as well as unlicensed daycares were in the area. The unlicensed daycares looked more depressed than the licensed daycares. And the overall population, I really feel, thrives. And I think that we have probably a less percentage that really struggles.